Hey yo, football fans, it's another great year. Fantasy football fiends, grab your beer. Giving you the best draft tips for all your picks. Starts and sits to the waiver wire fix. From mock drafts galore to stats that's hardcore. Triple F does it all, have y'all screaming more. So sit back, relax, let the experts prevail. JT Magnum, Siggy Guns never fail. What's up, fantasy football fans? My name is JT Magnum, and welcome to Week 7 of the waiver wire targets for Week 7, basically. I am doing this on a Monday, so that means the Monday night game is not played yet, so I don't know what's going to happen with any Jets or Arizona Cardinal players, if anybody gets hurt or anybody goes down. So obviously there'll be waiver wire pickups for that in case something happens, but I will not be referring to them because I can't see the future. I mean, I wish I could, but I can't. Week 6 saw the return of Kendall Wright and Golden Tate to the mix. For those of you guys that started Ajayi, kudos to you. He ran for 200 yards against the Steelers. Amazing run defense. They have an amazing run defense, but yet for some reason, Ajayi rushed for over 200 yards against them and a couple touchdowns. Also, never, ever sit Matt Ryan in 2016. Apparently, he is not to be sat. He is having a phenomenal year. I know they did lose to the Seahawks, but that doesn't mean he didn't lose fantasy-wise. He had a great game against that LOB. Played well. Probably would have got even more yardage had it not been for a not called pass interference on Richard Sherman. But wow, never sit Matt Ryan in 2016 again. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. If he disappoints you, it's a miracle. Because right now, he's on fire with that offense. That offense is on fire. Number 4, start any running back versus the San Francisco 49ers in fantasy football. I'm an Omaha 49er fan, and I'm telling you this right now. They can't stop the run. I don't know what's going on with their defense, but they cannot stop the run. Any running back this week. So this week, whoever Tampa Bay starts their running back, start him. Pick him up, start him, or whoever he is. I think it's Jacquizz Rodgers. He's going to run for $150 probably. Who knows? I'm just telling you right now, the Niners just can't stop the run. So any running back. But let's get into the waiver wire pickups this week. There's not many of them because there's not really anybody that I haven't really touched on in the previous weeks that are starting to do well in these coming weeks. So we'll get in that in a second. But first one's Kenny Britt. I actually touched upon him a few weeks ago and on the website. I did mention Kenny Britt weeks ago, and because he's one of those players. He's one of the players that has been just solid every week, solid, like a little bit here, a little bit there, and then now he's starting to get touchdowns. Yesterday he had like a couple. He's just balling, and they're starting to just. I mean, the Rams really don't have that much at wide receiver, so they're using him a lot. So I like Kenny Britt a lot, but. I mean, he's a go-to guy you're desperate. You got guys hurt. You got people that are just not playing well. Another person that played well, Odell Beckham Jr. came out, with a flurry with a couple touchdowns, 200 yards receiving as well. So that was a big game too. But for all you guys that held on to him and stuck true to your fantasy draft pick, kudos to you because, man, a lot of people were asking me in the comment section, should I trade him? And I was like, I don't know. I think I would keep him. It depends on who you're trying to trade him for. But, man, at this point, I said I would probably keep him and just roll with him and see what happens. Some people I said maybe that is a good trade depending on who it was. But, man, I'm glad for some of the people that did keep him and hold on to him because, I mean, it was bound to go off at some point. But anyways, number 2 on the list for the waiver wires is Michael Thomas of the Saints. Willie Snead's been a little bit banged up. I'm not sure. He didn't do very much yesterday, but Michael Thomas caught another touchdown pass. So he's slowly and surely getting into that mix of the Saints offense. And, Drew Brees uses everybody. So, between him, Brandon Cooks, who had a deep bomb again yesterday, and Willie Snead, I mean, it's a nice receiver trio for the Saints there. Justin Hunter, just picked up by the Bills 2 weeks ago. I didn't think too much of him, but he's a nice big target for the red zone. And again, he caught a deep bomb for a touchdown yesterday. Granted, it was against the 49ers, but at the same point, they're not scared to use him. And the Bills need wide receivers. And with Sammy Watkins down, and the only one, being Marquise Goodwin, who's pretty small. He's more suited for the slot. Justin Hunter's an outside receiver at 6'4", and he can go alongside Robert Woods. So That's a really good pickup, and Justin Hunter has had success in the NFL with the Tennessee Titans. So look for him to get a lot more looks, and he gets those red zone opportunities. So it's another plug-in wide receiver that you might want to pick up in case you guys, you have someone injured, someone to plug in for a bye week, substitution, things like that. Like I said, I'm not too high on these waiver wire picks. I am, these are picks that you need to pick to fill in for injuries or bye weeks, because especially if you're in really deep leagues. Lance Kedricks, he's been another one just consistently getting better and better each week. And if you need a tight end, you got tight ends hurt, or you need to pick up a tight end and you're one of those deep leagues again, here's a nice pickup. The Rams seem to always use them, in the screening game, and they also use them in the red zone area a lot. So Lance Kedricks is a nice pickup for that too. And the last, Colin Kaepernick. And the only reason I'm putting him on here is for those of you that are in really deep, leagues where people are hogging quarterbacks. Me, for one, I'm in a 2 quarterback league. So if you're watching this and you happen to be in a 2 quarterback league, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. There's only 32 quarterbacks in the NFL. And you got to at least have 3 on your roster, and you're in maybe a 10-team league for that usually when it comes to the 2 quarterback leagues, and you're in a 10-team league, and you got 3 quarterbacks per roster, is like 30 right there, leaves 2 in the waiver wire period. So you need anybody you can get to plug in. So those are that's the only reason I can see picking up Colin Kaepernick. Or you're in a really deep league like I am in another one, which has a 21-man roster. It's a 12-team league, 21-man roster, and it goes so deep, it's ridiculous when it comes to players and trying to scrounge for players. And people hog quarterbacks. People pick up quarterbacks on waivers, drop them just so that nobody can pick them up on waivers again. It's crazy what happens in that league. But Colin Kaepernick would be a solid pickup if you need rushing yards, and he doesn't seem to be throwing interceptions or anything like that. He's not making mistakes. He's not going to get you a lot of yardage. He's going to get you maybe 200 yards. He's going to get you like 60 yards rushing, and maybe a touchdown or 2. But he's an excellent plug-in if you have somebody hurt again, like Ben Roethlisberger, and you need to pick up somebody and there's just nobody else on the waiver wire. He's probably a better option, especially going against Tampa Bay this week, or just things like that. But do I think he's like the best waiver wire pickup? No. But like I said, waiver wire is for injuries and buys, or you're looking for that, that over the hump player that's going to put you over the hump. But that, in this case, bye week and injury replacement. Now, players that shouldn't be available, but if they are, grab them. Cameron Meredith. The dude is for real. I told you this, I think last week I told you the dude is for real. I think he's for real. He proved it again with an 11-catch, over 100-yard performance again. Number 2, Ajayi. I think he's like 70% owned in some leagues, but if he happens to be available because people dropped him thinking Arian Foster's coming back, pick him up while you got a chance. Duke Johnson, here's a guy that's starting to come along. If you're in a PPR league, he gets a lot of catches. He's not going to get you a lot of yards rushing because Isaiah Crowell's the man for that. But they do utilize him in that passing game, and the Browns seem to always be behind, so they're always passing the ball. So therefore, Duke Johnson is a good pickup there. And Hunter Henry, if you haven't picked him up yet, some people actually dropped him thinking Antonio Gates is back, I'm going to drop Hunter Henry, pick up somebody else. And now all of a sudden Hunter Henry's being used like crazy. So that's the last one of those guys. Also, real surprise, Spencer Ware. I thought for sure that Jamal Charles would be the man when he came back, and they ran Spencer Ware all down the Raiders' throat, and they were he was getting all the touches. A lot of people asked me about Spencer Ware this week, and I said no. I thought Jamal Charles was coming back, so Jamal Charles was going to be the man, but they basically said, where's our future? I don't know if that's what they declare, or maybe they're just bringing back Charles slowly. I'm not sure what the situation is, but all I know is that Ware got all the touches. I think Jamal Charles had 8 carries, and Ware had 30, it seemed like. So if you're holding on to Ware, hold on to him. Don't let him go. Don't drop him. Don't trade him just yet, unless you got some inside information on what's going on. But they seem to be. It looks like Ware's the future. And Jamal Charles might be a guy that might be fading out because, of his age, coming off an ACL, who knows, but it just looks like Ware's the future. So That's it, guys. Thanks for watching the Waiver Wire Show. Let me know in the comment section if I skipped anybody or if I missed anybody. Like I said, I don't have the greatest of time to be talking about all the players in the world, but this week I just didn't feel it when it came to the waiver wires this week. I wasn't feeling all the players. It was like the studs took over, or the people you thought would be studs had great games, things like that this week. So if you have any questions, if you have anybody on your waiver wire that you're thinking about, you can feel free to ask that in the comment section. Guys, don't forget to help each other out in the comment section. I got to a lot of them last week. I was happy and proud of myself. There was so many. I made so many extra videos, and it was cool to be able to get to a lot of them. Also, DraftKings, don't forget to join our DraftKings bragging contest. I'm not sure who won. I don't remember who won it. There was a couple matches that actually did end up happening. Maybe I'll look and I'll mention it in the sleepers or the Stardom Situm show. That is coming tomorrow, Tuesday. The Stardom Situm show will be up with Siggy and I's picks, and then sleepers on Wednesday, and then of course DraftKings lineups on Thursday. And then day of rest on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. And Sunday, of course, the day of rest. It's fantasy football. They don't do anything on that day other than watch TV. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and best of luck this week on your fantasy. Don't stay tuned to all the shows coming up this week, and I'll catch you later. All right, JT Magnum signing out. Peace, y'all.